Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because this is kind of a new beginning for me, and I plan on documenting and sharing everything with you guys. So I am going to be starting my very first vegetable garden this summer, well technically starting in the spring, and I am so excited about this. This is something I've always kind of wanted to do, but never have taken a deep dive. I've literally never grown a single vegetable, so this should be kind of interesting. If you guys are new around here, my name is Becca. I'm a registered dietitian and I make lots of videos here on my channel about nutrition, health, wellness, natural living, a little bit of motherhood. So if any of that interests you, I would absolutely love for you to subscribe. Okay, so like I said, this is kind of a new beginning for me. And obviously I've never grown a vegetable garden, so this is a new journey and a beginning, I guess. But really what I'm talking about is the big picture. I kind of had this epiphany very recently where I really want to dive into homesteading and just living closer to how our ancestors lived, cooking from scratch, growing, as much of our own food as we can, just kind of paring down, going back to basics, and just kind of doing things the old-fashioned way. This is something that has always really interested me, but up until recently, I never really had like the passion or the drive to really like make that jump and learn all about it. So I did actually write a blog post where I went more in detail on kind of why I made this decision and all of my thoughts around it and like what I'm looking to do this year and future goals and all of that. So I would definitely encourage you guys to go read that because maybe it will help you decide if this is something that you want, and maybe it will even inspire you to kind of go down the same path. So my plan with all of this is to kind of take you guys on this journey with me of learning to become at least a halfway homesteader for now. I'm really passionate about this. I've been learning so much. And the cool thing about YouTube, you guys, is there are so many amazing homesteaders already out there who are putting up amazing content, and I'm learning so much from them. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to just physically take you guys on this journey with me. Anything new that we're trying, just kind of share how we're doing with it, the process of going through it. And I'm sure I will have tons and tons of mistakes that I can kind of share with you guys along the way, and you can learn from me. But anyway, so today's video is going to be about gardening and starting your own garden, and it's gonna be the very first video in this kind of homesteading, journey to homesteading series. So I am gonna go through all of the things that I learned when I was planning out my garden for this summer. I have been researching like crazy, you guys, trying to learn everything that I can, and I'm on a little bit of a crunch time because this is now the time of year when you need to really physically start planting your garden and planting seeds indoors and all of that. So I've been trying to learn and soak up as much information as I can, as quickly as I can, and I feel like I've got a good handle on the actual planning process, which I'm going to share with you what I did, and it's kind of thorough, but that is just my personality. I like to do things right. Okay, so the very first step when you are planning out a vegetable garden is deciding what you want to plant. Now this is really fun. It's kind of fun to dream about all the things that you could grow yourself and be able to walk out into your backyard and grab like a plump, ripe, juicy tomato to use for lunch or salsa or can for tomato sauce later or anything like that. So it's really exciting and it's really fun. But the most practical way to go about it is thinking about what you and your family actually eat. This is definitely step number one. Now I'm not going too crazy. I think I'm gonna be trying to grow around like 7 different vegetables, which I feel like is it's a lucky number. I didn't want to overwhelm myself, but I did want to grow, a handful of things that we can start to eat from our own garden. Just take a look at what you guys typically eat on a weekly basis, maybe even look at old like meal plans, and just try and decide what you would want to grow that that you'll actually eat. Okay, so step number 2 that I did was after I figured out what I wanted to eat, I did my research and I tried to find all of the best varieties. So for example, the right kind of tomatoes or the right kind of peppers for my particular garden zone. So I am in zone 7, 7A, maybe it's 7B. You guys, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm totally winging this. But I'm in Delaware, so that is my zone, and you can look up your garden zone and find out where you are, and that will help you determine what types of vegetables are going to grow best, like what types of varieties are going to grow best in your backyard. Now, the other thing to keep in mind, along with what's just going to grow best generally in your area and your climate and your soil and things like that, is also how long your growing season is. So every zone has its own growing season. Some are a little shorter, some are a little longer, and this obviously plays into how much harvest you're going to get. So you want to make sure that you're picking types of vegetables and varieties of vegetables that match up with your growing season so that you can reap the most from your harvest depending on where you live. Okay, step 3 that I did was decide how many of each plant I was going to plant. So this is when the real garden planning came in, like the physical planning of what was going to go where and how it was going to look and how much space things were going to take up. So I basically went through and I made a list of all the vegetables that I was going to grow, and I figured out how much, because they all need slightly different spacing. Some can be put really close together, some need a little bit more room depending on how they grow. So I basically went through and wrote out how much space each of those needs, and then depending, I was kind of, you know, wasn't exactly sure how many garden beds, because I am going to be doing raised beds. I'm not doing this in the ground. I wasn't like totally set on a certain number, but I just kind of figured out how much space I would need in my garden beds to support like the amount of plants I was going for. So I decided how much of each plant that I was going to plant, and then made sure that matched up with, you know, the amount of space I would have in garden beds, if that makes sense. Okay, and then the 4th and final step is actually putting together like a plant map, a garden map, and this is deciding not just how many you're going to put in, but physically where you're going to plant each plant. Now, some of them do better next to other ones. Honestly, this part is a little confusing. To me, it's just like a lot of information to take in as a opposite of a seasoned gardener who is like figuring this out on the fly. This step was a little overwhelming to me, but I did the best that I could. So I basically just spaced out and figured out kind of the best situation for each plant and where they would go and where they would do best. Now, this comes more into play from everything that I'm reading. It comes more into play later on, you know, down the line with, you know, your next growing season and your next growing season, because you want to make sure that you are rotating your crops. Crop rotation is really important. Like, you don't want to plant, you know, I'm making this up. I don't know if this is a real example, but like, you don't want to plant beets where you planted potatoes last year. Again, I don't know if that's true, but that's an example of what I'm talking about. You need to make sure that you're rotating in a way that is going to best suit your garden. So I feel like this is going to get even more complicated next year and the years after, but just something to keep in mind. Okay, so those are the 4 steps that I followed. Again, kind of thorough. If you're planning on just grabbing any old seeds from the store and tossing them in some soil and seeing what happened, you could totally do that, but I'm really feeling pretty serious about this, and I really want to reap a decent harvest. Now, again, this is my first year. Who knows what's going to happen, but I wanted to make sure that I was following, you know, crossing all my T's and dotting all my I's and doing it as thoroughly as possible based on my growing zone and what we actually eat, all of those things, to make sure that this is to stack the cards in my favor, essentially, and give me the most chance of success. Honestly, my goal with this garden this summer is just to learn a ton, just getting my hands physically in the dirt, getting my hands dirty and my feet wet, and just kind of diving in and just seeing how much I can learn over the summer. I'm less attached to the actual success of the garden and how much harvest I'm going to reap. Next year, I think I'll be a lot more attached to the outcome, but this year I'm just trying to physically get my hands dirty and kind of learn and see what happens. Okay, so in my next gardening video, I'm going to share with you guys what I'm actually planting, all the vegetables, the seeds actually that I picked up, because I am starting all of my plants from seeds. So in the next video, I'm going to take you through that whole process, why you would want to do that, the benefits of doing that, how you do that, from a very beginner level of someone who is just figuring out as we go along. So it'll be fun. We can do this together. I'm also going to share how we're making our garden beds and how I'm actually planning everything. And again, I'm going to take you along the whole journey, and I think it's going to be really fun. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram, because I'm always updating on a more daily basis with this kind of information. So I would love to have you follow me over on there. But that's all I have for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited for this series. I hope you're excited as well, and just looking forward to following along. I can't wait. But I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.